Hey you guys, welcome back to Lisa and Company, and today is one of my favorite kind of videos. That's right, it's using trash to create treasure day. If you love budget-friendly DIY design and decor, then hit that subscribe button and you'll know every time we upload a video. I've been seeing these great vase, trios, vessels, containers, whatever you want to call them, pop up on websites and in my Pinterest feed, and I have been looking forward to recreating something just like this. But I hadn't yet found the kind of container I was going to use to do it until I bought this. I am a coffee junkie, you guys know that if you've been watching this channel for a while, and I recently picked up this Starbucks iced coffee at Costco, and well, I'm not gonna lie to you, I stopped in Costco and went, haha, I think I found exactly what I'm looking for. I love the shape of these, the design is perfect, and the lid makes a perfect feature to finish this off. A lot of the times you get a really sort of, I hate to say it, but cheap lid on a container that would spoil the look you were going for. These are just beautiful and simple. So I have two containers and I have a friend quickly working her way through a third one so I can have that trio. Let's get started on this project. Before we do that, let's talk about the amazing Casey over at Coffee with My Sunshine. She created this collaboration and hosts it every month. I absolutely adore Casey and I love collaborating with her, and there will be an amazing playlist linked down below. All right, so as you saw in the inspiration, the goal is to have containers of 3 different heights. So I am going to use the ribs on these bottles to give me those 3 different heights. And then I'm going to sort of pinch the containers together. It's way easier to watch than explain. So I'm going to cut this bottle and then we're going to snip down and I am going to glue it and slide it over. Now the beauty is, because of the ribs and they are all exactly the same size on these bottles, it's going to allow me to literally fit one right down on top of the other. Just watch and see what I'm talking about. Okay, so I think I have this all figured out. What I did was split the container, pinch it ever so slightly and glue it together, and then I can slide down the other one right over top, and the next rib sits on that rib. You have to be careful where you cut the bottles, but this is going to work out perfectly. So I'll have one full-sized bottle, I'll have one that's one shorter, and then one that's one shorter than that one. That's a lot of shorter talking. Let's just watch. To make the shortest one, I am actually cutting out a whole 2 rib section to make this one work. The beauty of these, because of those ribs I keep talking about, is that it's only going to need the smallest bit of glue to hold it together, because they sort of snap one on top of the other. If you want to do a project like this, and let's face it, if you like iced coffee, go to Costco and pick this up, because I think they're going to make a fantastic project and I got to enjoy the coffee. So this is a win-win, at least win. Tell me, are you an iced coffee person or do you have a different warm weather pleasure? Alrighty, we have our third bottle, and of course, just like always you guys, I am going to hit this with some of my high adhesion primer. The thing is, I know the chalked paint would stick to this, but I figure it would take me easy 3 coats if I do it that way. So this way, I'm gonna do 1 coat of primer, I'm gonna do 1 coat of white spray paint, and then I'm gonna use my chalked paint to finish it off. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about shortly. Alrighty, because I am using these lids, we're going to do a little work on them first. I have taken a little bit of drywall compound just to fill in the indentation of the Starbucks logo, and then we're just going to give it a quick sand before we take these downstairs and hit them with the same primer and white spray paint. You guys, I went back and forth on this, but I decided to keep the tops white just like the majority of the bottle, and you're going to see why shortly. There were so many possible options of what I could do to finish these off. I really had to resist the urge not to overdo these. So I'm just going to hit the bottom with my favorite country gray Rust-Oleum chalk paint, and 2 thin coats of that is going to do the trick, because I've decided I want the bottoms of these to look a little bit like concrete. And I am only doing the bottom because you wouldn't have a concrete lid on a vessel like this. So again, that's where I had to resist the urge not to use gray paint, not to splatter them with stuff, but to keep these super simple, just like the inspiration pics. So now we're at decision time. I had given each one of these up to its first rib a coat of the gray paint. When I initially started this project, I was thinking I would do 1 with 1 rib, 2 with 2 ribs, and the tallest one I would do 3 ribs. But I just felt like that was, I don't know, a little too obvious. So I did go back and paint the tallest bottle 1 more rib higher. And now I'm going to hit them with some twine for a little bit of an accent. And this is going to do a couple of things. It's going to cover where the white and the gray paint meets together and clean up those edges for me. And it's going to add a little bit of texture to the bottles, which I think is going to look really good. Now I will say that on the lids, I'm not sure how well you can see it. I wish I had gone back and given them 1 more coat of drywall compound just to really hide the Siren logo on top. But hey, this is a great trash to treasure project. I could think of a million things I did wrong here. The beauty is this is a quick afternoon project. A small dab of glue right at the back, and make sure you put it at the back where it's not going to be seen all the time. And then I'm just going to wrap some twine around. Now this is where I had some fun. So on the tallest bottle, I did 1 whole section with the twine. On the smallest one, I literally just did a few rows of the twine around the seam. And on that middle size bottle, why does it always seem like we have a Goldilocks thing going here, you guys? Do you remember when we did that last time? Tell me down in the comments below if you did. Anyway, on the middle sized bottle, I did it about halfway up that section. Again, just adding a little texture just to finish these off ever so nicely. You don't need a lot of glue for this, just every couple of rows, just to make sure it stays where it's going to be. If you've been watching my videos for a while, you guys know I love nothing better than a trash to treasure. But usually for me, that meant something thrifted that I upcycled. These days, I am loving transforming my found items and my recycling into something I actually want to keep around my house. I will say one thing that this isolation has been good for is making me think a little bit differently about how I DIY. I hope you're all safe at home, that you're well, and that just like me, you are looking forward to life returning to normal, hopefully in the not too distant future. Thank you guys for stopping by. It means so much to Izzy and I to have all your support. We can't wait to see you next time. Here's a couple more videos. Don't forget to follow us over on Facebook and Instagram, where you'll see all kinds of extra content. Thanks for stopping by, guys. Stay safe. We'll see you next time.